In today's video, I'm going to share tips on how to improve your communication. As we all know, communication is one of the most fundamental concepts in human relations. If you're not able to communicate perfectly, it's ultimately going to ruin your chances of getting a profitable employment, gaining confidence while interacting with your peers, and it will deprive you of so many status in your job, in your employment, and whatever profitable endeavor you desire to venture in. You need to be fluent in your communication, to pitch an idea, to ask your boss for a raise, to make more friends, to sell somebody something. It's all intertwined. So in today's video, I'm not going to share some esoteric concept or some far-fetched philosophy or do this in 30 days you achieve X result. No, but I'm going to give you a foundational concepts that you can then build all these other esoterics like tonality, body movement, body language upon. Your foundation is important in any venture, in anything you want to do. I would argue that your foundational knowledge in arithmetic has proven to be more beneficial than any trigonometry, geometry, calculus, etc. Your basic knowledge in arithmetic gives you understanding of how to calculate, you can work in a secretary, you can work as a secretary, as a receptionist, and even small menial job down to your day-to-day activities. So now we know the benefits of improved level of communication. What's the first step? The first step is, when asked a question, do not begin by opening your mouth. Most of us have this flawed conception that once asked a question, you need to be quick and sharp. You need to respond immediately. And even if you've not taken time to understand the question and perfectly conjured up a response that follows suit, you just open your mouth to signal to the listener that you're engaged. That's what you think you're doing. But that is wrong. Because when you open your mouth, when you're asked a question and immediately you open your mouth, you look you look desperate. That's not the truth. You look very desperate, and it deprives you of every sense of superiority and confidence. You would notice most articulate speakers, they are slow in their body movement, they are slow in their speaking, they are slow to react. So once you have that fast reactive body movement, you appear as an amateur both in communication and in anything you do. Also, the subconscious cannot distinguish between reality and fake. And once you put your body in that position, you are moving fast and fidgeting. That not only portrays that you lack confidence and you're scared to have all the attention directed towards you, and you're trying to do as much as possible to escape that scenario. That's when the fight or flight mode picks up. So before you answer a question, which leads us to the second thing, pause. People say pause. I know it goes against everything. I know it goes against everything you've been taught, against everything you have done up until this point. But what you have been doing gave you the result which you dislike, which led you to this video. So pause. You appear confident and more superior, which leads to the third thing. Think before you talk. Think before it leaves your mouth. Don't just respond and hope that as you speak, as you go along the way, what you want to say will come up. Not only does that make your communication more muddled, but it portrays this lack of clarity in your speech because there's no objective surrounding your communication, and you're just speaking and hoping that as you speak you keep revising your sentences. You will notice that you go around and around in one sentence you go around trying to explain one thing with different words, ultimately boring your listeners. It's only a matter of time before they guide the conversation away from you to someone else, which is something you do not want. The fourth thing is to don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. People think the secret to articulating and communication is by having a wide range of vocabulary. That is helpful, but that is not the only thing in that equation. Having you notice this that you've tried to develop your vocabulary, and vocabulary only makes your word more precise. It doesn't make you sound articulate. You can The whole purpose of articulation is that you can bring your thoughts to a point where you reduce unnecessary facts, and you can explain something down to its basic using very simple sentences. Good communicators don't necessarily use sesquipedalian phrases to get their point across. And if you've been doing that, you're just trying to portray a sense of intelligence, not necessarily making the listener understand what you're trying to say. So the first thing to do is stop trying to use a 22-word sentence to explain yourself. You can use, okay, let's take for instance, you use the word straddle. Straddle means to swing your leg across something. If you say, I do not like them when they are straddling the fence, you use that word straddling, but you can see it's not as rich as it's originally supposed to be in sentences, because regardless of the phrases, if you've not understood the whole purpose of phrasing a communication and reducing excess facts, now that same straddling can be reinvented, and you can say something like, stop straddling the fence, pick pick a side now. You see, so stop trying to over explain, stop trying to overdo it. Don't try and go and fill your head with all these vocabularies and just bullying people. Your intelligence now becomes obnoxious because you rob it of that spontaneity. You are putting yourself in positions where you would speak and flaunt this intelligence. But humans are not stupid. The same way you can walk into a room and discern that you're not wanted in that environment, is the same way people can feel the energy, the pride emanating from your soul, that you're just trying to impress them. Guess what? You're not really going to be impressed. That's the second thing. So I saw a video. I made something like this, or I saw someone make something like this, and I saw a comment. Someone said, I have speech impediment. I find it very difficult to articulate my ideas. What should I do? And I'm going to college. I'm telling you what you do, my friend. Own it. Own your speech impediment like a man. Don't when you go into a conversation, don't be all closed up and trying to apologize in advance. Oh, I have speech impediments, forgive me. And what chances are excellent that when you speak, you feel very conscious of your speaking, because you take time to pronounce sentences, ultimately delaying what you're about to say. So you feel deep down inside that you're taking other people's time, and you feel the need to wrap it up. You feel the need to be silent always. And inevitably, when the attention of that small group is directed towards you, you're fidgeting, you're in the fight or flight mode. The first way to overcome that impediment is to own it. Yes, I have speech impediment. Yes, I have this disablement, but I'm not going to apologize in advance and cover up like a coward in a corner and try to, I have speech impediment. Don't be angry, please. Forgive me. No, speak with confidence. And once you've owned up to that disability, turn it to your advantage. Start pronouncing words completely. Pick up a book. But before you go into that action, first thing I want you to do is believe you can overcome this speech impediment. Believe. See, it's the belief that gives things power. What is the difference between the artifact in your living room and some idol in a shrine? believe. The moment you start bowing down to that artifact, I guarantee you that one day you come back home and you find it displaced from the initial position, because that belief, something else in the universe has transported some kind of transcendental being to dwell in that artifact, and it will soon start speaking to you. So if you keep reaffirming that disability. Of course, I'm not trying to tell you to delude yourself or saying the moment you believe it all disappears, but you have to maintain that mental fortitude in the face of contrary realities. You have to maintain that doggedness and not just maintain a positive attitude, chanting platitudes and walking around the campfire and pounding your chest in the mirror. No, that's not going to work either. What you're going to do is to back up that belief system with daily actions. Nothing is going to substitute for daily actions. Actual actions. What actions can you take to start moving you towards liberty, of breaking away from this wrong impediment that has been detrimental to your life? What do you have to lose if you listen to me? What do you have to lose to listen to me if I say I can help you fix this speech impediment? The first thing you have to do is pick up a book, read one full sentence, read two sentences, read three sentences, pronounce it slowly. Don't try to finish it all at once. Try to finish it all at once. Try to finish it is what brings that speech impediment. Try to read slowly. Reading slowly doesn't mean you're wasting people's time. That's one thing I want you. That's the consciousness you should sustain throughout this process. So yeah, that's about it. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you gain value from this video. I'll see you in the next one.